Alright, we just got into 1943. Let's pull back a minute and see what's happening in the world. So despite my efforts to bushwhack the Italian supply lines, the UK and the Allies have just kind of given up on it. They do have they have Northern Africa, which is important. The rest of this doesn't really matter, but they could have cleaned it up, but they didn't. Mostly because they were all joining the USA in invading Italy, France, and the Netherlands, which was more important. They also got a landing point in Norway, and while you see a lot of red battles here happening where the Allies are at a disadvantage, ultimately all this means the Germans are going to lose. They can't stand up to all of this without making some kind of genius moves like pinning in all the Soviets down here or something like that, and they're not gonna pull that off. The war for Japan is going better for Japan at this point, but if Germany goes down, everyone's going to dogpile Japan, so they're going to be in trouble. They have pushed into the British Raj through an invasion, but this is real messy. They haven't beaten China yet, or these other Chinese factions. So everything that they have on the map is a mess. Particularly these little spots here where they're already surrounded and possibly going to get picked off. They almost captured the Philippines, which if they could hold on to them, it would be great for them. And they do have Borneo, Sumatra, and Java pretty well, but my defensive troops dug into Singapore and this peninsula are keeping the Japanese from making headway. They keep landing troops and not making progress like in the other invasions. They're attritioning to the point where they're dying, and I'm not risking my defensive positions to clear these guys off at the moment. I have abandoned my Africa position because the Allies weren't doing anything, and it's just kind of I wasn't being as productive. So my reserve troops ahead holding that port are going back to Singapore to help. They'll work to clear out the Japanese that come in while also holding the airport, which will be helpful because currently Japan has the airport, and that's giving them an advantage we don't need to give them. In New Guinea and the islands here, we're still holding on pretty good. They're making their invasions bigger, but they're not mattering over here. Over here is a little concerning because there's more of them, but you can see they are not faring well. They're without a port and supply line, they're just dying, and we've got the port at Guadalcanal locked down for now. I've been upgrading my crappy destroyers slowly to have better submarine detection, because that's all I've been doing is trying to guard this corridor so that I can reasonably get troops among these islands without getting attacked too much. So far it's working okay. My one fleet has gone bonkers and leveling up. I didn't realize they were doing so well. I've got a small squad of naval bombers that I'm training up as we build more planes for them, and I have 2 squads of fighters over here in southern France helping. It's a decent fight, and it's also getting me some experience, which is useful. It's a balanced fight, so I'm not taking losses unnecessarily. So while I'm helping, I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm getting overrun, though that might be helpful, because eventually I might need to pull my planes back to help over Singapore. On the spy front, we've been back to targeting Japan full-time, though because China's taken back some territory, we've been accidentally spying on China instead of Japan. No big deal, just awkward. And Japan's stability is dropping, so I'm trying to We're seeing what happens if I can put some democratic propaganda into their country, maybe cause them to have a civil war, which would be amazing. I don't think I can trigger a civil war while they're at war, or the threshold is going to be pretty high for them. But it's worth trying while I have these 8 spies. If we look at the war scores, so I'm doing pretty good. Overall, I've lost 20,000 people, which for me is a lot. But because Japan's just throwing a freaking bodies at me, I have caused them 760,000 casualties. Mostly because they're landing armies and not doing anything with them. So, if you're playing against Japanese AI, just hold those ports with some dudes with shovels, and you're going to be fine. Alright, let us play a bit more. Letting one of these Guadalcanal guys to wear themselves out, and then I'm going to send this dude and this one to clear some out. The trouble is that I'm not going to have a good place to clear them out because they've wrapped all the way around, so to chase them out I have to chase them all the way around the island, which is kind of annoying. And there's enough of them that this battle's being a pain. But here we go, getting some victory. So I'm trying to move these guys out, so at least I can wipe out this guy by encircling him. I might not be able to do much else except push like that. Maybe overrun them if I'm lucky. Just have them return to Guadalcanal. Here we go, I got my focus that'll help me research nuclear technology, which for the most part I only need for the research bonus is why I'm doing that. Research bonuses matter. I think I'll get this air buff. We'll just get that. This guy is going by and wiping out. Yes, ooh, our general leveled up. Ooh, this is bad for them. He got the infantry leader trait. So we're going to give him ambusher, defensive trait. He also got jungle rat, which is hilarious. Fighting in the jungle has now given us a massive jungle bonus. These Japanese are never taking New Guinea. They should just try to give up on the war now. Or go attack the United States, because they're not getting Australia today, boys. I'm going to rename this army Guinea Rats. In the meantime, my Marines are setting up to invade Java over here. So I've finally got 2 units of Marines, and they're all decked out. I'm going to go to Java with them because it's narrow enough that with 2 units I should be able to push all the Japanese out over here with just the Marines without needing any other units to hold too much. They could invade behind me and take ports, but I'm hoping I can move quick enough so that won't be an issue. Whereas other islands, their battlefield is, the terrain is more open, so it's harder to take. Did my backup troops get here yet? No, they're still sailing. Getting a New Guinea alert. More of them are popping in somewhere. My friend, you need to wander back over here when you're done. So if I had one more unit over here, I could do it. I'll just wrap around all the way, but I'm just going to let, if they wander over here, I'll pinch them in again. for now, otherwise I'll just let attrition hurt them. They're invading down here. Very interesting. On up top on this island. This one island is not connected to anything, so if they can't land there, they can't land, period. The little attack fleet is training up. To get the destroyers, I added some experience. I have some spies that can do stuff. What do I want them to do? Not a whole lot right now. Steel naval blueprint, steel aviation blueprint sounds good. Oh, they're all busy with other stuff. That's fine. Keep it up, team. Okay, so the Marines are landing. They need to get organized again before they go off, else they'll be in trouble. D-Day is making some progress. It's not huge, but it's working. A lot of red battles, but I don't think there's... I just can't imagine Germany pushing them back at this point. All these U.S. divisions. I bet Germany's manpower is fucked. 2 to 3 million, that's good. I have 60,000, so. Japan has 2 million available, according to what I can see. Oh, what's happening here? Trying an invasion right here. This is less good. They got this guy with an invasion, but he will at least probably repel that one, but he won't be... He's not dug in, so he's not winning as well as I would like him to. Invasion to the Philippines. Got these clowns down here. But Singapore has a big port, so they're not in trouble yet. And our backup just got here. So these guys will clear out the Japanese soon. In fact, I'll even give them a regular old order to do it, and they attempt to get some XP through that way. To get certain traits, you need to have the AI do their automatic attack, and I would like that to happen. Good job holding. So these guys are pretty messed up now. It might be worthwhile to wander around the island. And that should work. And my Marines are good to go. Except our Navy is not. Alright, pause for a second so I can make sure I get this right. So I would like you to base out of here. But you were going to help naval invade there. It's just a little annoying. The port is on this side of the island, so my units want to go around this way, which is a little dumb, but I'm not willing to risk losing them if the port's defended and someone lands over here and they die from attrition the same way the Japanese have been doing. I can't take that risk. So what I'll have to do is just wait and see if the Japanese fleet will leave. What the hell is this? Shark-infested waters. Casualties on sink. Wow. Apparently, you sink a ship there, more people die because there are sharks. Nice. That's crazy that that's working. So these guys are in position. We should be able to start pushing and winning. So this was always going to be the challenge with Australian Marines that can't make invasions by myself very well because I don't have naval supremacy of everything. So I'm stuck waiting for other people's navies to do the job. Or for the Japanese to leave and go do something else. I mean, we barely don't have the supremacy. I feel like if I could deploy my naval bombers reliably, I might be able to make a difference. But it's not worth it yet. They just need to train them up and then bring some fighters over to give them cover. Let's check what our fighters are doing. Seems fine. I don't know that they're accomplishing much here. Enemy fighters lost. Our fighters lost. So we're killing some fighters and bombers. But we're losing some people. To be expected, I suppose. Oh, okay, we just researched that. Now we can do nuclear technology to get another little research boost. My original plan was to get 5 research slots, but to do that, Australia needs to be fully independent, and I am not there. I don't have enough independence points to become independent. You need 477 more, which you do by various things, including helping in the war. So I am doing that. But we need more time to do it, and eventually Britain will let us go, I believe. Oh shit, what is happening up here? Siam's not on Japan's side yet, thank goodness. Right, you did it, boys. You cleared them out. Let's do it again. Oh, there we go. Cleared out the Solomon Islands. No pain, no gain. Well, what is our trade deficit? We're fine. And my Marines on auto go in case there's an opening in the fleet area. Oh shit. Something just happened Navy-wise. We're okay. It's like the US or the British fleet left the area. And the Japanese fleet is still here though, so we're never getting through that way. Kind of annoying. This side doesn't have any. So it's like you just have to take the chance. It just does not seem worth it. Let's see what I can do. Delete those orders. Still seems to want to go around that side. Don't like it. It's weird. What about a side that This just seems like suicide. Ugh. It's like that might work. Bonsai Vipers pushing through. I have naval supremacy. Might just be suicide. I might lose all of my offensive capability in the war. Really, some naval bombers in this area will clear up the Japanese fleet because they're coming through this area a lot. It's just a bad idea for them. Seven days for that to activate. Alright, well, let's take a break here and we'll see what happens with this naval invasion, see if I push my luck too